BBL or natural?
Do you think that men prefer a natural body or a BBL?
BBL.
BBL.
BBLs.
BBL.
BBL. BBLs. BBL.
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 BBL. Do you prefer a natural body or a BBL?
Natural.
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 Natural body all day.
You prefer natural bodies or BBLs?
Natural bodies.
Why is that?
Because it's just plastic and stuff like that. If God made you like that, why are you not going to stay like that? Nah, natural bodies.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, 100%.
Why is that?
I don't know, it's just clean, innit? It's just cleaner. It's just more normal.
Man likes it natural, you get what I'm saying?
Natural, yeah, natural.
No need to like submit to the standards, you get what I'm saying?
Hey, he's spitting. Let him cook, alright?
You need to just be proud of who you are and present your natural colours, you get what I'm saying? No need to like change your body for other people. Because if you're changing it for other people, that's not the right people to be hanging around, do you get what I'm saying?
But here's what confuses me. If men keep saying they prefer natural, why do so many women still feel pressured to get BBLs?
I don't know if these women have figured it out yet, but men are not trying to marry women with BBLs. Pay attention to what's going on, right? Look at all the celebrities right now. Look at all the famous people right now. The most successful marriages, the people that work out the most, don't have a wife with a BBL. Look at Sierra and Russell Wilson. Look at Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. These are men that got money. They can have a wife with a BBL, but look at their wife. Their women are all natural, and they show you that all the time. Like, men, real men, the men that are really trying to have a long-term committed relationship, I'm talking about till death do us part type relationship, they are not looking for anything fake on their woman. Like, I don't know at what point are women gonna just stop like doing that to their bodies and just like work on their bodies naturally, go to the gym naturally, do workouts naturally, take, natural protein and just, work on themselves without having to go to the doctor or having to get a BBL. Because if you haven't figured it out yet, these men that mess with women with BBLs, they're just messing with y'all for a temporary moment. They're not looking to marry y'all. They're not looking to put a ring on you.
It's funny because BBLs aren't attractive, and I'm still going to look because you can't miss them. Any woman who has gotten a BBL, you can't miss them. You just can't, because it's like kind of like a target. Like, you just can't miss it, and you cannot not look at it, because that's why they got it done, for to people to look. But it's just like they're so like proportionately big to this point. It was like when they say like they're really built like ants, like, yeah, I've actually seen that, and that's not an exaggeration. Like, I've seen some women where like they're actually built like that, and it's kind of disturbing, really. But to each his own, I guess.
I just want to say this now, man. Death to all BBLs. Let's end that trend in the hole. Let's kill that shit. Because this shit has gotten way out of hand. 28-year-old mother recently named Amonique passed away from trying to get BBL surgery in Miami. And I don't understand why this is still a trend and why women are still doing this. I guess they think it's going to level their lifestyle up, level up the attention they get, level up this, that, and the third. But to be honest, just like certain trends, most trends die, especially if it's not healthy and people are passing away from it. Y'all can't possibly not love yourselves that much to just go want to get a fat butt. Like, it's not that serious, bro. The obsession over ass has literally ended lives at this point. Like, we just gotta stop that. If you ain't born with it naturally, don't go buy it, especially if that shit don't fit your body. Like, if you could, some women look okay with that shit, but most of y'all be looking fucked up. Like, most of y'all be looking like, I don't even know, my nigga. So this shit is never worth it. And the health issues and risks, I know y'all seen these women pass away. Like, when is that shit gonna kick in? But I ain't gonna keep waiting for woman after woman to keep passing away and having to go get a BBL and then take this shit out saying it wasn't worth it and doing all these things that's risking their health for me to speak on. I'm speaking on that shit now. End that shit, bro. We don't give a fuck about no BBL. We don't.
Black women, you do not need BBLs. Please stop. I don't know why y'all have normalized it to the point where every woman on planet Earth feels insecure if she don't have a fat ass or some big old titties or her face ain't a Barbie doll. Y'all understand that there are children, little girls that be watching y'all, and you got little girls can't wait to go get a BBL because they are convinced that that's what you have to have in order to be somebody. That very real surgery does not give you real confidence. It gives you superficial confidence, which means it's going to bring about superficial energy and superficial people around you. All of the attention that you think you're going to get is going to be from all the wrong type of men that you claim to be trying to avoid.
This conversation is interesting because social media has convinced a lot of women that men prefer BBLs. But when you actually listen to what a lot of men are saying, the answer sounds completely different. And one point that stood out to me in these clips is the difference between attention and commitment. Because a lot of men will look at BBLs online, hype them up, even entertain women with those bodies. But when it comes to marriage or serious relationships, many of them say they prefer natural women. And that's why this guy brings up celebrity couples like Rihanna and Asap Rocky, Sierra and Russell Wilson, Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats. His point is that a lot of successful men with money, men who could choose anybody, often end up with women who look more natural. Now, whether you agree or disagree, I do think social media has created a lot of pressure around women's bodies. The more exaggerated the body, the more attention it gets online, and eventually that starts looking like the standard. But attention is not always the same thing as genuine love or long-term commitment. And honestly, the saddest part of this conversation is the health risks, because at the end of the day, a BBL is still surgery. People have literally lost their lives trying to keep up with beauty trends.
I believe that women that do BBLs are going through a matter of depression. It's not normal for someone to wake up and be like, yo, I'm gonna buy this body and this is my new personality and this is what I'm gonna live by. And just think that you're gonna just change the world by a blink of like a snap. No. When I talk and I make videos about BBL and plastic surgery and all that, it's specifically to give my ladies that are natural that quick reality check that you are winning. Your body, your cellulitis, your tiger stripes, your rolls is all sexy. There's nothing wrong with the way your body is naturally. Nothing at all. You want to look sexier? Hit the gym. Discipline yourself. It's not easy. If it was easy, plastic surgeons wouldn't be making money. BBL wouldn't be a thing. BBL exists because people are lazy. All they do is take your money. What type of finesse is that? That is crazy. They go take your fat. That's like me going to the garbage in the corner of 42nd Street and transferring that garbage to the other garbage in 50th Street because it's bigger. I just make everything fit. So that's how I see BBL. It's like you take garbage from another side of the body and put it on the top of another fat of garbage. I am going to play that because one, is not even safe. Two, I don't encourage no woman to go do BBL plastic surgery. I encourage women to go to the gym, have a good diet, stay stress-free, have a lot of great sex. But to go do surgery, and it's sad, you know.
BBLs were only ever meant to be a caricature of blackness, a European woman's attempt to look like a black woman. That word caricature is important. It's intentional. You understand? It was never meant to be the norm. Like, even the idea of an exotic, yeah, some of them want to look more exotic. The idea of exoticness in the context of white women stems from African ancestry. Any country with women, with white women or women who are phenotypically white but considered exotic, usually have African ancestry in them. So it would be fair to surmise that any attempt, you know, BBLs and certain surgical enhancements were only a caricature of blackness. An attempt to look like, you know, a laughable attempt to look like a real thing, but evidently not a real thing. Go and look up the word caricature. Now we're getting to a place where this bastardization of black women's bodies is being commercialized, repackaged, and sold back to them at a premium by the very same system that demonized and made them feel bad for the same features in the first place. Can you imagine that? Isn't that a mindfuck? Is that not mind games? And even more dangerous is the fact that black women who are naturally curvy, black women who are the standard in the first place, are now being made to feel like they are trying to achieve something. Last time I had this conversation, I had loads of black women in the comments telling me, oh, but some of us look like we've had BBLs done. No, don't say that. BBLs are trying to look like you. Don't say some of you look like you've had BBLs. You are the standard. And this is ushering in a new type of dysmorphia into our community like we didn't have enough already. This is my whole point. And this is not about policing women's bodies. It's not about telling women what to do with their bodies. It's about speaking about a social norm that could turn our insecurities into capitalism, as if it hasn't already, preying commercially on the insecurities of black women. and using a bastardized version of their own bodies as the tool to, like, it's mind games. Mind games.
Now, this part of the conversation goes deeper than just men preferring natural bodies over BBLs. This is really about insecurity, beauty standards, and the way social media profits of women feeling like they're not enough. One thing he said that stood out to me is that BBL culture has made a lot of women forget that natural bodies were already beautiful to begin with. Stretch marks, cellulite, curves, all of that has existed forever, but social media keeps pushing this hyper-edited, exaggerated version of beauty. And honestly, I think there's some truth in the idea that a lot of these surgeries are connected to deeper insecurities, because we live in a world where people are constantly comparing themselves online. Every scroll is another perfect body, another influencer, another unrealistic standard. But the other guy made also an interesting point, where he talked about how certain body types that were once criticized, especially on black women, suddenly became trends once they were commercialized. And that's a conversation people don't always want to have, because now women are being sold a copy of features that many naturally had all along. And the crazy part is that the same system that once mocked these features is now profiting from them. At the same time, I don't think this conversation should turn into shaming women for what they choose to do with their bodies. Everybody has the right to make their own decisions, but I do think it's important to ask why so many women feel pressure to surgically change themselves in the first place. Watch this.
Oh, why are you crying? You in pain? Huh? You did it, baby. You did it. You cold?
Don't cry, mommy. Everything is fine. You're a beautiful new woman.
What's wrong? Are you in pain? Or you just not feeling good? You just don't feel good? It's okay.
Okay?
Yes, it's her. You did it, mama. Oh, you gonna get him in 2 days. Okay?
This is for a little moment, remember? Okay? Okay. No, don't cry, mommy. Don't cry. Don't cry. You're a beautiful new woman.
You did it, baby. Such a big girl.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Remember, you need to walk.
You gotta walk, baby. Okay.
My booty hurts. Okay, mommy. Put one hand this way. Until here. Until here. Okay, the other. Be helpful with the hair. Okay. Scroll like
you want to put your head down on the this cover?
No.
So guys, don't do BBL. I'm not talking to you. Don't do BBL. Live yourself natural. I'm literally going through so much. Don't do BBL.
Around 7 months ago, she went to DR. She went to DR, and of course, listen, your friends, they don't listen to you. They don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. I'm a friend, I respect you, do what you do, but just be careful. Go to a good doctor. She failed to do that. She went to a doctor that she seen a girl post about this doctor on, of course, IG. One thing about IG that you have to know is these girls get paid to promote these doctors. Whatever amount you pay towards that doctor is being cash apped to the same girl that's like, oh yeah, say my name, say I sent you. Yeah, they're getting a cut. She goes to DR, right? She gets this surgery done. She had lipo and she had a tummy tuck, and then she has a physical, right? But since then, she was complaining. She was complaining of just body aches, headaches, you know, just feeling really heavy all the time. So she went to the doctor, and the doctor tells her, hey, we just got your blood results. Why is your kidney count low? So then the doctor says, have you had any surgeries? Have you had any surgeries in the last year? Yes. I've had tummy tuck, I've had BBL, all of these things. So she has a CAT scan done, and during the CAT scan, it shows up she only has 1 kidney. So down in DR, this botch organ selling doctor took one of her kidneys. She thought she was getting the steal of her life. She was like, $3,500 for all that. Yes, sign me up. Little did she know that the doctor was actually selling her kidney. I don't know how much kidneys go on the black market, but I know it's way more than $3,500. Now she's trying to contact this doctor. Now she's trying to find out, okay, where is this doctor? This doctor disappeared, guys. Disappeared. The girl that was on freaking IG, come to find out, that girl was not even real. That girl was not even a real person. That girl was a botch account, fake ass account, and that account was actually taken down. It was shown that this girl that was like, oh yeah, my body this, and look at this doctor did this type of a job on me. All those pictures were taken off of Google. Those were Google Google stole pictures. So that wasn't even a real person, okay? So now my friend is pretty much like, oh my God, I can't find a doctor. I don't know exactly what the hell I'm gonna do. And now she has one kidney. Now she has one kidney and she's going through a whole bunch of freaking crap. Now she has to take medication. Now she has to do all these things. And now she really has to protect her one kidney because that's all she has.
Beyond the beauty standards and social media pressure, this is the part of the conversation people don't talk about enough. The actual pain, risks, and dangers behind the surgeries. And honestly, this clip is hard to watch because social media usually only shows the after, the perfect pictures, the tiny waist, the Instagram post. They rarely show the pain, the recovery, the complications, or the emotional toll that comes with these surgeries. You can literally hear this woman crying in pain right after the procedure, while people around her are trying to comfort her by saying, "You're a new woman now." And that alone says a lot about how normalized this has become. What makes this even scarier is how many people are trusting random clinics and Instagram promotions without realizing how dangerous this industry can be. The internet has made cosmetic surgery look quick, easy, and glamorous when in reality, these are serious medical procedures. And the story about the missing kidney honestly sounds terrifying. Whether every detail is true or not, the bigger point still stands. People are risking their health and sometimes even their lives trying to chase a body trend. And that's the part social media doesn't show you. They don't show you complications, infections, depression during recovery, or regret later. And I think a lot of women are being sold this fantasy that surgery will automatically change their confidence, their dating life, or their happiness. But no surgery can fix insecurity from within. At some point, we really have to ask ourselves why women are being pushed to risk their lives just to meet an internet beauty standard. There is also something a lot of people online joke about, but it's actually part of a bigger conversation around post-surgery complications and recovery issues that people don't really talk about enough. Watch this.
This is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit-down air was stinking real bad. And it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume. BBL stink, do you hear me? And it's not coming from the vagina or the beehole. It's coming from the incisions that they cut to inject the fluid and the fat in your butt, okay? When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. It was the truth. It got to the point to where when I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw-eaten flesh. Just because I wasn't afraid to get on here and say my BBL smelled like dumpster juice, and y'all don't make me the villain.
So how could a BBL cause somebody's sit-down air to stink really badly? Well, there are a number of possible causes. Obviously, cleanliness and hygiene may have something to do with it, especially if you've had a BBL and things aren't feeling the same down there.
Like, I really feel like certain women not taking into consideration that they just got some new buns. Like, you just got a whole dump truck put back there, bro. It's not the same. You can't even clean your body the same. So you might miss a spot. Believe it or not. And y'all trying to be the judge for yourselves. Y'all can't. Y'all got to let other people judge for you. I'm sorry. If you got a BBL, you can't sit here and get in the comments and say it don't stink and all this, that, and the third. We need opinions from others. Truth be told, you got to clean yourself different. You got to keep up with your hygiene different. Come on now. A woman that was born with a natural big butt, obviously she gonna know how to clean it already. She gonna know how to clean herself already, right? You just got a whole new setup. Shit gonna be different. I'm sorry, it's gonna be different, especially for some women. They bad with their hygiene already. So imagine going to get a BBL and now you got all this ass back there that you're not cleaning properly.
This clip is honestly shocking because it shows something you almost never see on social media. The aftermath of cosmetic surgery when things don't go as expected. The woman is describing serious discomfort, odor issues, and complications after a BBL. And whether every detail is medically framed perfectly or not, the core message is about post-surgery hygiene, healing, and how difficult recovery can actually be. One thing that stands out is how often people underestimate how invasive procedures like BBLs actually are. This isn't just body enhancement, it's fat transfer, incisions, swelling, drainage, and a full healing process that can take weeks or even months. And what social media rarely shows is that during recovery, your body is not in its normal state. There are wounds healing, fluid shifts happening, and limited mobility. all of which require very strict aftercare and hygiene. The guy is also highlighting something controversial, that after surgery, your body is different and requires a different level of maintenance. Whether people agree or not, it's pointing to the fact that cosmetic surgery is not a set it and forget it. But I think the bigger takeaway here isn't judgment, it's awareness, because a lot of people see the final result online, but don't see the recovery process, the discomfort, or the complications.
I don't know, I don't have no problem with BBLs, but there is one thing, a couple things I do have a problem with, you feel me? BBLs don't really look good in a natural setting, in real life, you know what I mean? Like, they don't really match the energy of the world, like on a regular day basis. Like a teacher with a BBL, a nurse with a BBL, anything professional with a BBL, it's just something about it. Like when a woman puts has a BBL and she try to look conservative, it doesn't really look good, you know what I mean? It looks like it's not supposed to be there. I think of BBLs, I think of influencer girls and those big booty models and trying to be on the videos. I don't really think of professional people. And don't let it be one of those over dramatic BBLs. Now it's damn, what do you even wear in a regular day life? You can't really stop the attention.
Not with no hate and shit, but it's something about a BBL in an office setting that don't sit right with me. I feel like you're just out of place. Every time you get up to drag this big ass all around, we all looking and shit I'm stopping to do my work just to look at your ass. What's happening? You gotta be in a strip club or a bar or something. This is not the right setting for you.
I am tired. If you're gonna get a BBL or a breast job or both, make sure it relates to the type of work that you're about to do. Why is you got this oversized booty and you flipping wings? I walk in the wing stop and all I see is smoke and booty everywhere. You need to work at Onyx, Dreams, somewhere, King of Diamonds. You getting all that work done and you at Best Buy selling radios. You walking around with all that booty and selling electronics. Make it make sense.
I feel like if you have a professional job, you shouldn't be walking around with that big BBL. You need a little skinny, cutesy BBL, or you need I don't know, you can't be walking around with all that booty.
I've recently seen Tia Camp talk about this, and I'm not even a fan of Tia Camp, but she mentioned women getting BBLs and then working regular jobs. So for example, I go to Publix to shop, and every time I go there, I always see a woman there with a BBL that works there. And in my head, I'm like, something's not right. This looks out of place. Why do you have a BBL and you're working at Publix? You're supposed to be where the money is at. You're supposed to be where the ballers is at. Not saying Publix is a bad job or whatever, but you paid how much? You pay racks to get that body done. So you're supposed to be making that money back in return. Isn't that the goal of the BBL to you want to get a ball player or whatever, rapper, doctor, you want to be on trips and all of that. You want to attract the guys that want that.
Somebody said seeing a BBL in public feel like seeing a Cybertruck on the road. Cause that ain't normal to see. Especially during the day. It should be a nighttime thing only, right?
Now, I don't have a problem with BBLs at all. People can do what they want with their bodies, but I do think there's a conversation here about how they're perceived in everyday life, especially in professional spaces. BBLs don't always translate the same in quote-unquote normal settings, like in an office, hospital, school, or retail job. It can sometimes feel visually out of place or overly attention-grabbing when the environment is about work, not appearance. Because if you really think about it, a teacher, nurse, or retail worker with a very exaggerated BBL is going to get noticed instantly, not necessarily for what they're doing, but for how they look.
So why can a BBL not look the greatest outside of clothing? It's really simple. You're adding volume, you're adding fat to an area. Some of that fat's going to die. It's just a given that when you do fat grafting, you lose between 30 to 50% of fat and maybe sometimes more. You'll see that someone who's had that surgery, if you've had that surgery, you've been given a cushion and things to sit on to try and not put pressure on that, because pressure will also knock off some of those fat cells. So when everything heals, there's no guarantee that that exact curve is going to be the way it is. There will be some loss of fat, there may be some dimpling, some of that fat might calcify, so you might get a hard pebble-like feeling, and some of that fat can liquefy as well, so it can give you a little like an oil cyst. So if you're looking at it, the larger the area you do, the higher the chance that there'll be some loss of fat, and so the contour that you get might be camouflaged, but in some circumstances can give you some of those changes, which then again, out of clothing may not be what you were looking for in the first place.
Now, this part is actually coming from a medical perspective, and it explains a lot of things people don't usually hear when they talk about BBLs online. What the doctor is basically saying is that when you do fat transfer surgery like a BBL, you're literally moving fat from one part of the body to another. But the key thing people miss is that not all of that fat survives. He explains that a significant percentage of the fat, sometimes 30 to 50% or even more, can be reabsorbed by the body over time. That means the final shape you see right after surgery isn't always the final result long term, and that's why patients are usually told to avoid pressure on the area, use special cushions, or be very careful during recovery, because pressure can usually reduce how much of the fat survives. It also goes into complications like uneven texture, dimpling, firmness changes, or fat breaking down into oil-like cysts. So the overall point is that even if the surgery looks smooth at first, the body is still healing and changing underneath the surface. And I think the biggest takeaway is that the final result of a BBL isn't always predictable. There's a level of uncertainty because your body continues to respond over time.
Girls because I feel like people get BBLs because they see women that have BBLs that get the male attraction, the male appraisals, the male like, ooh, wow, that her body do. But the thing is, those women that are getting BBLs have also been insecure and they're seeking validation from man. The Bible tells us to seek validation from God and God alone.
At the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do with their bodies, and that's their choice. But it's also fair to understand what comes with those choices beyond social media photos and trends. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts on this whole BBL versus natural discussion. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.